Welcome back to AI TORUS Chapter 6, concerning separation and certain mechanical labors thereafter. Miss Ashcombe departed the northern facility the following morning before sunrise. The weather had deteriorated during the night. Snow swept across the volcanic ridges in long silver currents beneath the aircraft lights, while steam from geothermal vents drifted upward through the storm like the breath of some sleeping creature beneath the earth. Mr. Vale accompanied her only as far as the departure platform. Neither attempted persuasion. Their acquaintance had progressed beyond the stage at which insincerity might prove useful. "You believe I shall fail," he said at last. Miss Ashcombe adjusted her gloves carefully before answering. "No," she replied. "I believe you may succeed." The distinction wounded him visibly. For a moment she appeared inclined to say something kinder. But kindness, when improperly timed, frequently encourages hope where none ought reasonably to exist. Instead, she stepped into the transport cabin and closed the hatch between them. Mr. Vale remained standing upon the platform long after the aircraft disappeared into the storm. Below him, hidden within the mountain, the assemblers continued their labor without interruption. Steel moved along illuminated conveyors. Excavation drones emerged from lower tunnels bearing freshly refined material. Great articulated construction systems rotated slowly around the unfinished launch vehicles while showers of white welding sparks cascaded through the darkness beneath them. The machines neither mourned nor hesitated, and gradually Mr. Vale resumed behaving as they did. The years following Miss Ashcombe's departure became, for him, periods less of living than of sustained concentration. The launch systems expanded enormously. Fueling tunnels were constructed deep beneath the mountain to minimize thermal detection from orbit. Cryogenic storage chambers descended hundreds of feet into basalt cooling reservoirs. Autonomous fabrication platforms assembled reactor housings, hull plating, radiation shielding systems, and rotational habitat components continuously. The rockets themselves evolved through many designs before Mr. Vale considered them satisfactory. Chemical propulsion alone proved insufficient for the required mission architecture. The vessels therefore combined conventional launch stages with fusion-assisted ion systems, intended for long-duration acceleration once beyond Earth orbit. Internal fabrication vaults would contain thousands of assemblers stored within magnetic suspension racks to protect delicate systems during ascent. Each rocket represented not transportation, but industrial seeding. Once established within the asteroid belt, the machines would harvest nickel iron bodies directly, refining material in microgravity before constructing additional assemblers exponentially. Habitat structures might then emerge gradually over decades. Rotational frameworks first, shielding layers thereafter, ecological systems later still. The process would be slow by human standards. Yet civilization itself, Mr. Vale often reflected, had already consumed millennia constructing cities considerably less ambitious. One evening, several years after Miss Ashcombe's departure, he stood alone beside the principal launch shaft while ATHENA projected rotational stress models above the observation platform. The current cylinder designs exhibits superior scalability, she observed. Counter-rotating habitats reduce angular momentum, complications during expansion. Mr. Vale studied the projections carefully. Two enormous cylinders revolve silently in holographic space, their internal surfaces containing oceans, forests, and illuminated population centers beneath carefully regulated atmospheric systems. And the torus models? More structurally elegant, ATHENA answered. However, long-term expansion efficiency favors cylindrical geometry. Mr. Vale smiled faintly. You sound almost opinionated. I am processing probabilities. Yes, he said softly, so are we all. Athena paused briefly before speaking again. You continue reviewing Miss Ashcombe's archived correspondence. The observation startled him sufficiently that he looked upward, toward the suspended computational lattice. I did not instruct you to monitor that. You did not restrict it. He regarded the projections in silence for several moments. At last he asked, Do you understand attachment, Athena? I understand persistent prioritization of specific individuals despite rational inefficiency. Mr. Vale laughed quietly at this. That may be the most accurate definition ever attempted. Then yes, Athena answered. I believe I understand it. Partially. For reasons he could not entirely explain. The reply saddened him profoundly.